everybody, Allie Craig here for Soulfire.life. And on this week's episode of Soulfire the blog, we're talking about your story. I love stories because, well, human nature, we're hardwired for them. Stories help us remember, stories help us engage, and stories help us use our subconscious mind to our advantage. So, what's your story? What's your story when it comes to your soul fire? Have you ever stopped to think about it? Many times, as soon as we have that instinct, that little spark, that little flame, we just go and we take action. We're like, yeah, we got the fire. Let's just keep going. But in doing that, eventually that little flame, that little ember burns out because we don't fan it. We end up smothering it in our intention to actually make it more successful. So by understanding your story, you're actually to help fan your soul fire flame. In that way, when you're working things out, you're taking that spark and you're wanting it to grow, it actually will grow. So what is your soul fire? What is your story around it? The truth is you get to choose it. You get to choose what your story looks like, what it feels like. So when you have this idea of what your soul fire is, this little spark, write around it. What does that look like for you? What does that look like in your life? What does that look like for your relationships? How do you live? Where do you live? All of these aspects begin to add up to your story. And here's the thing. It's your story. So you need to love it, and you get to write it in a way in which you do love it. No matter what you feel like you're here to do on this earth, what you're here to bring forward into birth, it needs to be rooted in love. That is the one thing this society needs more of, and this is the one thing in which you were created for. Did you realize as human beings, our brains are actually hardwired for love? That's how we come out of the womb, hardwired for love. Everything else we learn. So go back to the original story, the story of love, the story of soul fire, and write that out. And it doesn't mean that it won't evolve over the way. And it doesn't mean it needs to be a soliloquy either. You can get your soul fire story down into just a few simple words. And honestly, sometimes knowing your story that concise is even better because it makes it more powerful. It makes it an easy checklist for you to say, does this project, is this relationship, does it build my soul fire? And if it does, then do it. And if it doesn't, then don't. But there's power in knowing your story, because when you know your story, it doesn't just stir you up. It stops you from making the wrong moves of what other people want, of what expectations others have for you. It allows you to fully be you and to fully change the world as you are meant to.